Welcome everyone to a very special Facebook Live from the Scott County Public Library in Georgetown, Kentucky. Today we are very privileged to have the lovely Brenda Fogle, who's a local Georgetown resident and photographer with us. Welcome, Brenda.
Hi, nice to be here.
A wonderful exhibit of Brenda's photography will be going up very shortly, and the grand opening is this Wednesday, the 29th at 6 o'clock. So please join us if you can for the grand opening of Brenda's photography exhibit. Now let's talk a little bit about you. I understand that photography has been a lifelong hobby for you. Can you tell us a little bit about when you started photography?
Yes, I was interested in photography as a child. When my parents would take us on vacation, I would always grab the camera from my mother and take pictures.
Was this one of the cameras there?
It was. The very first camera that I ever owned happened to be this little camera here.
It's so cute.
My mother ordered it for me through Bazooka Bubblegum. It was a Bazooka Joe camera.
That is so fabulous.
And it's an actual working camera also. It came with film. We took pictures and had them developed, and it was just really something special. So I've kept it all these years.
That is so wonderful. That's so awesome. Well, we know that you love sharing beautiful things because all your photographs are absolutely beautiful. It's very soul-fulfilling, I suspect, for you in photography. Am I correct?
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I'm an artist at heart. In school, art was my favorite
Mine too.
subject, drawing, painting, all those things. But when I got older and had to work full-time and did not have time to do art like I wanted to, so photography took the place of art for me. I was able to take pictures and express my artistic talents in that way. So
That's wonderful. Well, now I know you have some grown children who have flown the nest. You have a tiny bit more time.
yes.
And you just did a trip that you took some wonderful photography in Maine. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I had a friend invited me to stay for a week in Maine. She has a cabin there on Lake Keyser. So that was wonderful. Maine is just a beautiful place. They have lots of lakes, lots of waterways, lighthouses, which I really enjoy the
Love
water.
lighthouses.
So she drove us around, and I just had full advantage of just commanding her to stop any place I wanted to.
That's awesome.
To take pictures. So
Photography chauffeur.
yes, it was
Yeah.
wonderful. So
Awesome. That
Wonderful.
is great.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you just purchased a new camera, but that most of the photos that are going to be on display here were taken with your trusty Nikon D350.
that's right.
And you had that one for quite a while, right?
I did have that for several years. The very first camera that I bought, my first SLR camera, I purchased at Kmart on Nicholasville Road. Years ago, I put it on layaway. I used that camera for several years, and but I gradually went from film camera to the digital. I went kicking and screaming. I didn't think I wanted to do digital. I didn't trust it, but it took several years to trust the digital camera, and I really enjoy that now.
That's awesome.
It's a wonderful camera.
Now, I understand you have lived in Georgetown for 37 years
Yes.
with your husband, and he is a willing participant in the chauffeur
Oh, yes.
of you around the town. Tell us a little bit about what you do with your husband around town.
Well, we like to take Sunday drives or Saturday if we're not busy, and we go all over the countryside. We end up getting lost quite often.
It's a good thing. It's a
I'm
good
thankful for my GPS on my phone. But he'll stop and let me out to take pictures of the countryside, the animals, the flowers, the trees, all the things of nature that I really enjoy. And he enjoys that too, so it's not a chore for him. He enjoys doing that.
Now, is there a special time of the day that you prefer to photograph things?
I like early morning or late in the evening, what they call the blue
golden
hour,
hour.
the golden hour. When the sun's setting, I just really like a beautiful sky, all the color. So that's that's my favorite time of the day.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, we know that nature plays a huge role in your photography, and you've been to Maine. Are there other places that are on your bucket list to photograph?
I would just dream about going to Arizona one day, and I would like to go back to Maine and spend more time there. New England states, any place where there's water. I really enjoy the water. So.
That's wonderful. So do you ever challenge yourself with getting the perfect shot, or are you more of a go with the feeling kind of photographer?
When sometimes there'll be a contest or a specific subject that I challenge myself to shoot, but usually I just am more of a relaxed photographer. I like to just whatever captures my attention. I do shoot photography for friends sometimes, for weddings or engagements or graduations. Those are a little more challenging. So I enjoy the nature photography best.
Have you entered in a lot of judge or photography contests in the past? Or?
Over the years, I belonged to the Lexington Creative Camera Club years ago. That was the first camera club I was in, and then we had a Scott County Shooters Club here, and in those clubs we had competitions. And, I entered photography competitions in Moorhead and
Wonderful.
just different areas.
Great. And the Scott County Shooters used to meet here at the library.
Yes.
And they did have some juried photography shows here at the library as well.
Right.
And you were one of the most influential people in that group. You headed it up for many years.
Right.
Yeah.
The Scott County Shooters Club started probably in 2008 with about 7 members. Jim Cook, I believe, was the initial the head of the club. And eventually we came here to the library. We had a bigger area to meet, and we ended up with probably 50 members.
That's wonderful.
We met here 7 or 8 years, and we had special guest speakers. We had competitions. We had an annual competition. We had a lot of interest in the club. I'm hoping that someone will step up to the plate and revive the Scott County
Yeah,
Shooters
it kind of
Club.
fizzled out, but it would be great to revive it.
Right.
And it does still have a Facebook page, the Scott County Shooters Facebook page. And we do have room here at the library for gallery exhibits and shows. So if you are interested in participating in the Scott County Shooters Club, or would like to head it up and get some advice from its original members, please go to the Scott County Shooters Facebook page and shoot us a message to get on the group and tell us a little about yourself and your interest in photography, and hopefully we can get enough interest that we can revive this wonderful group again, and hopefully you'll be a willing participant and mentor for that as well. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about your wonderful exhibit that's coming up on Wednesday?
No, just
No favorite photograph that you wanted to talk about?
No, well, I can see one right now, the one of the lake down at Kentucky Lake. We did get to go there recently, this past spring. A friend has a cabin down there, so she showed us where the folks, that one on the right, that one, right. It just makes me want to go
Right back to the
right
lake,
back
right?
to the lake.
Yep. Look at that, there we go. So this is one of the many beautiful artworks that will be on display on Wednesday, August 29th at 6 o'clock is when the show begins with lovely Brenda Fogle. We'll have light refreshments and musical entertainment. 6 o'clock Wednesday, August 29th for Fogles Focus here at the Scott County Public Library in Georgetown, Kentucky. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today, Brenda.
Thank you.
Wish you much success in all your photography endeavors, and hopefully we'll see you here again. For more information, go to our website, scottpublib.org, and we'll see you at the opening. Take care, everybody.